Hello, YouTube, and welcome to March of the Tier List, a month where every Monday I do some tier lists. In the first three videos, including this one, I'm joined by Josh. Say hello.
Hi. Hi.
Awesome. Anyways, the first one, we're doing a Minecraft updates tier list, something that's kind of unique. Let's get right off the bat with version 1.0. Where are we gonna rank it? This only has stuff from releases. Then again, pretty much all the beta ones would be in D tier because most of the betas like added 2 or 3 things. Like in a 1.7, beta 1.7 added like pistons and made it so that you had to shear sheep or kill sheep and you couldn't just punch sheep to get their wool. A lot of minor stuff other than 1.8, beta 1.8. Beta 1.9 kind of didn't exist because it kind of just got turned into 1.0. 1.0,
I'll
the
say
adventure.
1 is B tier.
But the content, I gotta read what's in it.
But didn't you say it's like just basic Minecraft?
I mean, it is. It added the end, added nether bricks, added some, added hardcore mode, added mushroom biomes, tundra got reintroduced. All of, like the eye ender, blaze powder, blaze rods, all those got added. A bunch of new textures for blocks, animal breeding. I think this is actually incorporating some of 1.8 as well. Enchantments, potions, strongholds.
So
Yeah, that's
so this
essentially
update
it.
made Minecraft like a beatable game with strongholds and stuff.
Yeah, 1.0 is considered everything from beta 1.0 to release. Like, all that's, like, considered as, like, 1, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know. I think it at least goes in A tier. Because, I mean, so much of what we know as modern Minecraft all comes from this. It was like beta 1.8 beta to release. That's like when stuff like the Hunger Bar and Enderman got added. Abandoned Mineshafts, villages. All that got added during this time period. So I think it personally goes to A tier. Because the foundation of what I know starts here.
Yeah, I agree. I'll move it up to A.
Anyways, 1.0, fence gates were, they were changed.
1.1?
Never mind, they're changed. Let me go to I want to go to just new stuff. Oh, wow.
Is this 1.1 we're on?
Oh, 1.1 is when the ladder collision got changed, so you couldn't, like, skip every other block. Melons and pumpkins can grow in the dirt instead of farmland. Oak leaves were given the chance of dropping apples. Bows got enchants. Golden apples got their crafting recipe changed to be gold nuggets instead of gold blocks. A change that has been undone. Music discs can now be dropped by creepers when they're killed by a skeleton.
That's cool. But I'd never use music discs.
Magma cream was added.
Just collect them.
Um,
Magma cream just for potions, right?
yeah.
Yeah. For fire resistance potions. That's pretty good though.
Some smooth color transition between biomes. Blacksmiths just got chests in this. Yeah, that's it. I personally think it's a C tier. It's mostly just quality of life. It doesn't really add anything, so I think it goes to C tier.
I agree.
Next is an update that I'm probably gonna feel very nostalgic for because this is the update that I first started with. 1.2. Chiseled stone blocks, redstone lamps, jungle biomes and all the jungle stuff. Bottles of enchanting, fire charges, ocelots, iron golems, desert wells. Mineshafts got wooden bridges. Zombie sieges and villages. Changed dispenser texture. Ladders were tweaked a little bit again. Some minor texture changes. You now get 6 slabs instead of 3 slabs for the crafting recipes, and it looks like stairs as well. Vines got added. Villager breeding. Oh, no, please stop. This is also the update where the height limit, at least one of the 1.2 points. I don't know. I think it was 1.2.1 and 1.2.3. But one of these versions changed the height limit to 256. Zombies could drop iron ingots, helmets, shovels, swords, and all that kind of stuff. Smarter zombie AI, which is the foundation of what we have now. Skeletons could drop a bow or enchanted bow. Snow golems die in the nether instantly. Let's go to 1.2.3 to see if anything. 1.2.2. Okay, 1.2.2 had nothing major. Let's go to 1.2.3. Just bug fixes. 1.2.4. They just. No way. Wait a second. What? Holy cow. Birch, spruce, and junglewood planks. I don't know if it's like... Wow, I think... What? Did this really introduce birch, spruce, and jungle planks and sandstone variants? Also tweak the wool colors. What? That's pretty cool. Also, now we're on to 1.2.5. Just all this counts as one. This is the first version I started with, so I'm nostalgic for it. Okay. Wow, that was actually a pretty good update. I'd say B tier. Easily. It just... Other than adding the wood types, I think, other than that, it seemed like a lot of quality of life stuff. I don't really like the jungle biome much, but it did still add a lot, and it made the game just better.
Yeah, B tier makes sense.
1.3, the update my dad first started with, and my first update. I'm also nostalgic towards this one. Emeralds were added. Ender chests were added. Tripwires were added. Wood slabs for all wood types were added. Sandstone stairs. Wood stairs for every types. Book of quills. Is this when this may have been when the super... I think this is when the super golden apple was added. Bonus chest option for starting. Desert villages. Desert pyramids, jungle temples, adventure mode, trading. This is when they added easier to use cheats. Large biome world types. Logs could be rotated into multiple directions instead of just being vertical.
This already sounds like an S tier to me.
Oh, this is one of my favorite updates. Cauldrons fill up when raining. I'm not reading everything. I'm skipping a lot of the minor stuff. Dispensers can dispense minecarts and boats.
Can they still do that?
I believe so. Gravel texture change. Wooden pressure plates will be activated by arrows. TNT damage scales to difficulty. Nether wart can be grown in every single dimension. Signs stack up into 16 instead of being a singular 1.
That's good.
Yeah. String is tripwire. Cocoa beans can now be grown. Book recipe yields change. They made it harder to craft books. Empty buckets can stack to 16. A bunch of AI changes to the mobs. Boats aren't broken by lily pads anymore.
Already, if that was only it, that would be S tier.
Increased scale and depth of biomes. I remember 1.3 actually had some really good generation. I remember that. This is when you got all the tabs in creative mode, because it used to just be a list. This is when they added the tabs in the search button. That's right. Oh,
Ooh, such a good.
They
Such a good
also
decision.
changed the experience so that you only need 30 levels for enchanting tables, and you can get XP from smelting and from mining ores. And this is also when they added the LAN game so that you could play with people on the same internet and all that without servers.
That's so nice.
Oh, and the pick block key where you can now use the middle mouse click to get the block in like creative mode or if you have it. Wow. I forgot how
Huge.
I will say this update was extremely laggy and was not optimized at all. Yeah, 1.3.2 added nothing. But holy cow, I forgot how good of an update that was. That was my first update, because back then you had to actually install snapshots outside. So when I saw YouTubers like Captain Sparkles like doing snaps, I was like, I like every single day I would check my game to see if I had desert villages, pyramids, and emeralds, because I didn't know how snapshots worked back then. So just the hype, because this update released only a month after I started playing, too. So the absolute hype of me just being like, is it out yet? Is it out yet? Just that alone would give it S tier for me, but it's actually just a solid update. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
S tier. S tier.
All the way.
1.4. I'm not going to check all the subversions. I know fireworks were added in 1.4.7.
Fireworks are kind of lame though, except for Elytra, but that doesn't come till later.
Yeah. But they're still very useful nowadays, so, like, they get that future knowledge boost. But anyways, 1.4.2. Command blocks?
That's pretty huge.
Honestly, do I need to continue? I'm going to, because we're going to get a ton of S tier stuff, so obviously we like need to know what makes each one better. Beacons? Anvils?
Beacons are good. Anvils. Ooh.
Beacons, command blocks, and anvils, all right then and there. Flower pots are minor. Walls are minor. Mob heads, which are pretty cool. Wood buttons. Potatoes. Carrots. Pumpkin pie. Nether stars. The wither and the wither boss are both added. Night vision and invisibility potions. Witches. Item frames. The witch hut.
Which is kind of a lame mod. Not gonna lie.
But still fun.
Eh.
It looks like a lot of minor stuff. Oh, you can now use trapdoors on the top half of blocks. Fire spread is scaled the difficulty. TNT being hit triggered by flaming arrows. Maps got changed a little bit. Isn't it? No. Never mind. That's later. Iron golems attacking creeper slimes and magma cubes are there, and this is also adds when iron golems can attack the player based on interaction with villagers. Villagers are made better. Slime spawning at swamps at night. Zombies can spawn with armor and tools. Same with skeletons. Same as zombie pigments, I guess. Pretty big, but it looks like that's about it for 1.4.
It's A tier.
It's top of A tier. It's tempting to put it in 1. I don't know. Command blocks is pretty big.
That's like the only, besides Anvil, I think Anvil and Command Block is what's
I
carrying
think we're
this
with S
update.
tier just because of command blocks. Because command blocks are huge. So I am going to put in I'm going to put it in behind 1.3 still. It'll probably be bottom of S tier, but I do think it belongs in S tier.
Redstone update.
I've never been a fan of the Redstone update. I don't know. I just kind of found it boring. At least, I remember, like, after 1.4, I was like, what are they going to do next? And this kind of, like, disappointed me a bit. But activator rails, which are pretty cool. You were saying, I'll let you finish first.
Yeah. The thing is, this update is nostalgic for me
Mm.
because I was always fascinated with redstone, and I'd always make like these huge contraptions to show my friends on
Ah.
Xbox
So you're probably
Minecraft.
gonna put it way higher than me.
Yeah,
Activator rails, blocks of redstones. That's pretty nice. The fact that they weren't already in the game, though, is kind of like, really? Daylight sensors, droppers, and hoppers.
big.
Those are pretty big. I definitely think it's definitely, I mean, it's definitely not the bottom, lowest. It's better than 1.1, easily. Comparators, trapped chests.
Big.
Yes, I can't wait to get some good use out of those. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Weighted pressure plates, quartz. Quartz is pretty good. Quartz is pretty good
Quartz are really
because of the
good.
building blocks. Multiple snow heights. The nether brick item.
Nice.
Um, Scoreboard stuff for like maps. And Minecraft realms.
Oh. Yeah, I'm saying bottom of S.
I don't know. I'm gonna put bottom of A. It is a better update than 1.2. I have a lot of nostalgia for 1.2 just because it was my first version, but 1.5 is better. I would say that I look at. I mean, 1.0 is one of the weird ones. I could go back to 1.0 and I'd still have fun. 1.5 for me didn't add a lot of stuff for me, but I know it adds a lot of really good stuff still. So it's definitely
Right.
bottom of A for me. 1.6, the horse update.
I mean,
Hay
eh.
bales, carpets, clay, blocks of coal, horse and horse armors, name tags, skeleton and zombie horses, the absorption effect.
Absorption just does that limit
Extra
damage?
hearts, essentially. Yeah.
Extra hearts, right, right. Is it? Is there more?
You can't break blocks with swords in creative mode. New launcher. Yeah, it's kind of one. Horses are the big selling point of it.
But like, I barely use horses.
See, I still use them, so I'm putting it above 1.2, but it does go in B tier still.
I was gonna put it either behind 1.2 or top of C.
See,
I'm actually
1.2
mad
doesn't
at
really
that.
add a whole lot, though, other than, like, jungles. And, like, I don't know. I think it's easily better than 1.2, but it's not the worst. 1.7. Stained glass. More wood variants. Acacia, dark oak, wood types. Packed ice, podzol. Red sand, coarse dirt. A bunch of new flowers. Pusherfish, salmon, and clownfish. A water breathing potion. Um,
Ooh.
a bunch of new biomes: mesa, savanna, sunflower plains, roofed forest, birch forest, flower forest, taiga without snow, mega taiga, which is one of my favorite biomes, extreme hills plus, deep ocean. Ooh, fancy. Biome variants. M variants. I don't know what. Oh, I guess that's mountain variants. I don't know. Plateaus. Beaches kind of returned. The amplified world type. Is this? No, 1.4 is when they changed all the sounds. A lot of really, really minor stuff. Air is now a block rather than the absence of a block. That is really useful for commands. Winky wink, wink wink. YouTube doesn't know what we're hinting towards with some of these stuff, but you will in May.
Okay.
Enchanted books,
Oh.
maps and item frames.
Wait, enchanted books wasn't a thing before?
I guess.
I think that makes the anvil apart, like the Anvil update, worse.
See, command blocks still keeps it where it is for me.
Yeah,
You can detonate creepers with flint and steel? Really? Huh.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Um, this update did a lot of world gen stuff.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
say. Oh,
removed the thin fog like when you're close to bedrock.
good. I hate that.
I don't know. I think this is bottom of S tier personally.
Really? I was gonna put it
It
in
changed
B.
all the world generation stuff. Modern
I
world
mean,
world generation between 1.17 and 1. Before like the world generation of 1.17 to 1.17 is practically the same. They barely touched it. Other than adding stuff and changing certain biomes like the ocean and villages, they practically didn't touch it.
I'll put it top
Plus,
of A then.
this is also the version of the game that had all the mods for the longest time. If you wanted to play modded Minecraft, you had to use 1.7 for the longest time. It
fair.
also was like around like the longest. Was it? Nope, never mind. This is back in the time where we got like 5 updates a year. 1.8 1.8 diorite, andesite, granite, coarse dirt, prismer, all the ocean monument stuff, iron trap
Wait,
doors,
Ocean Monument got it in this update?
sponges actually working, slime blocks, banners, barrier blocks, fence gates and doors for every wood type, rabbits, sheep dropped mutton now, potion of leaping, endermites, yay, armor stands,
Lame stuff.
yeah, you are. Oh, spectator mode.
What?
Spectator mode.
Yeah.
Top of B tier.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
I mean, it's weird. No, I mean, I have 1.5 in A tier.
I have 1.5 in S.
I'm putting it right behind 1.5 in A tier because, I mean, spectator mode alone kind of helps it. It has some cool building blocks, but I mean, no, it still goes in B. No, it still goes in B. It's kind of,
Yeah.
after 1.7, it was a big disappointment, and I remember it being a big disappointment at the time. And that's it for the most controversial update the game's ever had, the combat update.
1.9 is combat?
Chorus flutes, dragon heads, the expansion of the end, so like all the end cities, shields, grass paths, beetroots, cool, dragon blast, elytras, the ability to bring back the ender dragon, arrow types, what are they called? The lingering potions,
Okay.
igloos, and combat changes.
I don't mind the combat changes.
I don't either. I mean, Elytra alone is a big game changer. I still think the end sucks.
But it does make post-game fun.
Yeah.
Like, now that you have Elytra, now that you can actually do stuff in the end, now that you can re-summon the Ender Dragon.
I think I'm putting it behind 1.0. So ahead of 1.5 for me.
I'm actually going to put it behind 1.5 in S tier.
You put an S tier?
It's pretty good.
I mean, the Elytra.
The only thing I don't like is that those end cities are, like, so sparse.
They didn't really help the end much. I don't know. I guess top of A tier. Because I don't, what else? Oh, let me relook at it.
I mean, it's like, it adds another dungeon that you can crawl in. Like, it's,
Yeah, that deserves some praise. Tipped arrows and more potion types. I mean, I guess. Grass
Yeah.
paths. I also use grass paths a lot, so I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I want to actually move everything off of S tier except for 1.3, actually.
I'm happy with what I have. I have 3 things in S tier. I think I'll deserve it.
I'm gonna keep it top of A tier. 1.10.
Polar bears?
Structure blocks.
Structure blocks? What are those?
They allow you to do structure stuff, but But they weren't
Thanks.
really good yet. Like they existed, but they were like really bad. Plus, I don't know. I've never been a structure block kind of guy. Um,
Oh. Yeah, I don't even know what those do. Oh, they just save and load? Oh, I could have used that when moving my villager house. That would make things a little easier.
a bunch of like minor changes to like structures and mobs.
I'm sure it was very useful when building maps.
Oh, I accidentally skipped all the new stuff.
The whole point of the video.
Magma blocks, netherwart blocks, red nether blocks, bone blocks, polar bears, strays, husks, and fossils.
A lot of that's lame. Not gonna
Honestly,
lie.
though, I'm adding. I kind of want to add an E tier, but I'm too lazy, so I'm just putting it D tier. It's the worst update. Period.
I agree. It's not great.
I remember 1.10 was like how long did they spend in development? Oh my lord! And it came almost an entire. It came 9 months after 1.9's initial release as well. 9 months for that. I remember being
It-
pissed off about 1.10 being so bad and lame.
Yeah.
Thankfully, 1.11 came only like 3 months later. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but at least it had more. Like,
Yeah.
observers are really nice, and shulker boxes are really nice.
Both of those are great. Yeah.
Yes. The hidden maps, like the treasure maps.
Those are fun.
And everything having to do with the woodland mansions and llamas. That's it. Very small update.
Pretty good though.
I'd put it bottom of B tier.
I put it middle of A.
Um,
Is something wrong?
no, it's fine now.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think. Better than 1.2, better than 1.6, better than 1.8, top of B tier. You know what? No, I'll put it in A tier, but ahead of 1.5. I still think it's more useful than 1.5.
Fair enough.
Do I? No, I don't know. No.
I'm always a big fan of when they add a new dungeon to crawl in, and that mansion is pretty fun.
Top of B tier. I'm also moving 1.5 to B tier. I'm moving it right below 1.11 in B tier. I don't know. I think the big takeaway with this update, though, is it only took 3 months for all of that. If it took like 9 months like 1.10 did, I would have put it really low. 1.12.
I'm guessing lots of colors.
Yes. They changed a lot of the color types, like wool and banners.
Oh.
They make them more vibrant.
Yeah.
Beds. Is this when different bed types were added? I think it is. This is when you had bed types for all the colors. You got the like glazed terracotta, a bunch of new walls, bunch of new like stairs, I guess.
Oh. Okay.
This is when you can like save and load a hotbars in creative mode.
I don't use that too often.
I use it a lot. That's it.
That's it. I mean,
It took 6 months as well.
I'm between top of C and bottom of B.
I think top of. I think ahead of 1.2. I think ahead of 1.2 still. So I'm doing second to last in B tier.
What was 1.2 again?
Jungles. I'm actually moving 1.2 down to C tier.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh boy. 8 months later.
B update.
The aquatic
Big update.
I'm gonna say it right now. 1.13 is still the best update.
Really?
I think the cave update, especially the fact that it was in 2 parts, kind of weakened its impact. The Nether update was so phoned in.
We can talk about that later when we get to it.
And the villager update, I will get on my complaints about that in a second. But 1.13, I don't feel like there's any shortcomings to it. I mean, just it changed the oceans, man.
Made oceans cool. Had coral biomes, right?
Had all the, like, warm, cold oceans, ocean caves, turtles, dolphins, physical fish, drowned, blue ice, a bunch of ocean biomes. I think that's, like, when icebergs came in, conduits, the coral biomes, warm oceans, lukewarm oceans, cold oceans. Changed, like, water physics so you can, like, waterlog blocks, kelp, all the, like, plants down there. Stripped logs.
Stripped logs is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an S. That's
the
an
mushroom
S
blocks all being in the creative inventory. Potion of Slowfall.
Slowfall is really good.
Oh. It also added the Phantom.
I don't mind the Phantom.
I don't hate it as much, people, but still kind of irritating. Trident is also pretty cool. Yeah.
Trident is cool.
Buried treasure.
Top of S.
And shipwrecks. And like all the ocean ruins. It's still, I still get excited about some of those features though. So it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1.14 wasn't as good as 1.13, but was still pretty good. Bamboo, barrels, like all the like the new blocks, like blast furnaces, campfires, cartography tables, composters, fletching tables, grindstones, all of those kind of stuff. Jigsaw block, which is a better version of the structure blocks. Okay. Lanterns, scaffolding, more sign types.
I actually really like this update.
All like the pillager stuff, the new village design. My problem is it's so hard to keep villagers alive. Period. Unless you enslave villagers, it's hard to keep them alive just because of how they changed all the village mechanics and how mobs spawn in them. That is my big problem. Is before this update, I had no issues with like me like mining and exploring and coming back and finding all my villagers dead like I do nowadays. Just like mining. I come back to the surface, oh, all my villagers are dead. Whippy frickin' do! And that's my big problem with that this update. That's my problem with it. But still, only behind 1.13 and 1.3. I still have it in third place.
I'll put it in second, above 1.3.
1.5. This is like a really, really small update. But it was kind of advertised as a really, really small one.
Yeah, bees.
But here's the real kicker. It still took 10 months to release. Bees, honey, and like bees, honey, and like optimization.
That's pretty much it?
Yeah.
Kinda lame.
I still like it more than 1.5 though, just because I'm not a redstone guy. So I'm putting it behind 1.11 ahead of 1.5. Actually, no, I'm putting it behind 1.5 because it took 10 months to release.
Yeah, I'm putting it bottom C.
No, what? No, I agree. I'm putting it right ahead of 1. Oh, I accidentally moved the wrong one. Oh no.
The only thing is,
I'm putting it.
redstone
Yeah, I
contraptions
agree.
with honey blocks
Top
is
of C.
kind of cool. That's
It
about
took 10 months. It took 10 months for bees and optimization.
Yeah.
No thanks. 1.16, the Nether update. Wow, look at us. We added like 3 new mobs, netherite, and 4 new biomes. You love the Nether now, right? Right? What?
Yes,
That's
I
not
do.
enough? That's
It is
barely anything, and it's still way worse than the overworld? Oh, boo-hoo. We did so much. I don't care. 4 biomes is not enough.
Dude, I
Absolutely
love the
not.
Nether update.
They added 1 amazing structure,
Right?
4 biomes, and that's really it. Bartering's cool.
This
Like,
also
it's
had
cool.
netherite, right?
Yeah, but netherite's a pain in the ass to get. And it's barely better than diamond other than durability. It looks cool, though.
It does look cool.
It has a lot of small stuff like respawn anchors and like the load compass. That's all cool. I'm just mad that this is placed as the giant refresh to make the Nether as interesting as the overworld. And it's just like, why would I ever want to spend... Even with this update, I go to the Nether for what I need, and then I get the hell out. It's still not interesting enough. I already want another Nether update. Because this one adds a couple biomes, and they really... That's it. They didn't add enough. There's no reason to live in the Nether as opposed to the overworld still. It is still way less interesting than the overworld.
But you can live in the Nether now.
You always could. It's easier to now, but there's still no real reason to. No good. It's still hell.
I think that's the point, though.
Yeah, obviously most of it should be. You can still have, like, 1 or 2 biomes that are a safe haven or something. Or, I don't know. There's just... I find it boring. I feel like it could have been so much more. So I put it... it's still an S tier. It's still one of the best updates the game's ever gotten. Don't get me wrong. But it could have been so much more. I put it behind 1.14.
I put it behind 1.5.
Ah, so you were harsher than me on the grading, and I'm the one who ranted about it.
1.5 is an S. Remember that.
I know, but still. 1.17. First of all, let me just say, I would have much rather them still have a cave update as one update, and them have just not released 1.17 in the summer, and just waited till it was complete and released it all in November. Right off the bat, I will say that. I don't think it should have been 2 updates. I could have just waited longer for 1 complete update. And because of that, because they split it, 1.17 kind of suffers. As it adds all the blocks and stuff that are in 1.18, but it doesn't really add the world gen. Copper's a great building block, but other than that, kind of nothing. 1.17 has a lot of good building blocks, but other than that, it has like what? Glow squid? I hate the glow squid.
They have rams now, right? Or goats? They have goats.
1.18, I believe, isn't it?
That was 1.17.
Nope, you're right. But
And
what? They do
with
nothing.
ghosts,
They can attack you, and
They
that's about it.
They attack mobs, so you can put them in
Okay,
a
that's
mob
pretty
gen.
useful.
Yeah.
I don't know. An
That's the only thing
axolotl,
putting
I
it
was
above
never like
1.15.
I was never attached to axolotl. Like, I don't know.
A lot of people love it, though. I think that's what you need to respect about
Like,
1.17.
Amethyst geodes, woo, cool. I don't know. This update would have been so much more if they just didn't didn't split the cave update and just delayed the entire update, I think that would have been way stronger. As I think splitting into 2 updates hurts both updates. Now, I have a lot of good memories of this update, even though, like, it's just the previous one. Like, I love my base that I built on this update. I love all that, but... I mean... This isn't an S tier update for me. I put it in the top of A. That's it.
I actually put it in C.
What?
It's not great.
Okay, let me reevaluate it, because wow, that's harsh. Better than 1.12, better than 1.6, better than 1.8. I like it more than 1.5. Better than 1.11. That immediately brings it to top B for me.
Actually, yeah, I like it more than 1.6, so I'll put it in top of C.
You know what? I'll keep it top of B. So now, 1.18. I'm going to be a pessimist. 2 biomes is not enough to make caves Sure, caves are way better.
Yeah.
But again, mods have done just like the Nether, mods do a better job of making caves more interesting than the actual cave update.
Really?
And that's something I didn't bring up with the Nether update. Mods made the Nether interesting a decade ago.
Right.
The Minecraft update makes it more interesting, but doesn't bring it up to that point. The cave update is a fantastic start, and I only pray that they keep adding more and more cave biomes, because lush caves and dripstone caves are amazing. Don't get me wrong. They are so cool. And while I'm not used to the new ore generation, and as of now, I don't like it, that's just because I played the old generation for 10 years. I will get used to it. Once I get used to it, I'll like it more. But 2 cave biomes? In over a year of development, you gave us lush caves and dripstone caves, and deep dark got delayed. And those are the only biomes you give us? No desert caves? No ice caves?
Ice caves would be cool.
Lush caves and dripstones, it? How? I mean, obviously, I don't code, so I don't know. But how hard would it be just to be like, okay, here's a biome, replace cobblestone with ice? Ooh, scary! That's all you needed to do. Just the thought would have been enough to make me happy on that. I don't know. Especially split, if you had like the addition of copper and all the blocks from 1.17 in here, it would be better. Because you gotta remember, this doesn't add like any blocks. This is just the generation itself in 1.18.
Ooh.
Not even the blocks. The blocks are in 1.17. This is just a generation. The cave update was an amazing start. That's all it was.
I'm just going to put it behind 1.7.
No new ores. 2 biomes. And giant caves. That's it. I shrug. It's so close to being an amazing update. All it needs, if you combine 1.17 and 1.18 into one, added a couple more ores, and added a couple more biomes, boom, you got the best update. I'm putting it behind 1.7, because at least 1.18 will hopefully be the next 1.7, where it defines generation for the next 10 updates. But at least 1.7 added a ton of new biomes and it just added so much to make exploring fun again. 1.18, 1.18 is above 1.7 just because of the mountains. I didn't really mention the mountains in my rant. The mountains are really cool. There's no drawbacks to the mountains. The mountains have no drawbacks. They're perfect. But this is supposed to be the cave update. All the cool stuff that I absolutely love are above the surface. Copper's useless. Why didn't you add, like, they're always like, we don't want to disrupt the chain of evolution of ores. Cool. Then why don't you add alternatives to iron? Maybe have an ore that's faster than iron but less durable, or something that's more durable than iron but, like, slower. And do that with, like, diamond as well. More durable than diamond, but slower. Or faster than diamond, but less durable. Stuff like that. Make it so that, like, there's more in each tier, but there's trade-offs. Like, do you want speed or durability? Do you want durability or speed? And then you can have, like, iron and diamond is the middle ground. Like, you could have added so many ores with that philosophy. And then even, like, why are emeralds the only things that villagers trade with? Maybe add more than just emeralds, like sapphires and rubies, that the villagers all want to trade with.
That would be cool.
I don't know. I just feel like 1.18 is the update of missed opportunities, as there's so much that could have been added. Like, not even having ice caves alone. Like, every cave mod you saw before 1.17, there were 3 caves you always saw.
Mm-hmm.
What became the lush caves, what became the dripstone caves, and the freaking ice cave. The ice cave alone would have bumped it probably past 1.16, but that is like, that's a cave that's in like every single mod. Also, another complaint, no new structures. They barely even updated stuff like mine shafts and strongholds and dungeons. Know what? No, yeah, it goes right back behind 1.7.
Yep, I agree.
If it had 1.17 and it combined, I would put it above 1.7. But splitting the updates hurt both updates, and I feel like, considering how long this took them, it's underwhelming. There should have been so much more for the amount of time it took them. Like, coding's hard, I get that.
Yeah.
But still, how hard is it to be like, oh, here's a new emerald. It has the exact same functions as emerald, but it's something else, and maybe certain villagers will randomly generate whether they want rubies, sapphires, or emeralds, depending on which one generates. This one wants sapphires, this one wants rubies, this one wants emeralds. Seriously, just minor stuff like that, that takes no time. That is easy to mod in. Give it the exact, just copy and paste emeralds, everything with emeralds, change the name, texture, and do a little bit of villager functionality. Wow, now you got 2 new gems.
I mean, from a gameplay perspective, that's cool, but from a grinding perspective, that sounds...
Like, obviously, I'm, like, doing base bare bones. Even emeralds are kind of, they need more. And now instead of having 2 ores that are kind of useless, of emerald and lapis, we kind of got 3 now of, oh, I mean, if you count amethyst, we even have 4. So it's just like, cool. Anyways, on your screen now, you're going to be seeing Josh's tier list. No idea how different it is than mine. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed YouTube. This got a lot more ranty than I hoped it did. I do think it is important to know that while I don't agree with how all these updates go, Mojang as a company still listens to their fans, and they do everything to try and please us. So as ranty and angry as I sound, they are one of the few companies that I could truly say I actually have respect for.
yeah.
And 1.19, it's looking like a smaller update. As of now, as of this video being recorded, we really don't know what they're doing with swamps. And honestly, I want 1.19 to be the last tweaking update where they just tweak stuff that's in the game currently. And I hope 1.20 is brand new content. As honestly, if you look, while I did kind of trash on 1.18 a lot, it is still an S tier. For me, at least. I don't know where it is for Josh. So, I mean, it's still a good update, even if it could be better. Same with the Nether update. I ranted on that one. I'm still unhappy with how I wish it had more. But it's still in my top 5. But it's pretty freaking pathetic that 1.3 is the second best.